So what does this victory at the Melbourne cricket ground mean for Team India? Former Indian captain Sunil Gavaskar shares his perspective with Rahul Kanwal.
Sunil Gavaskar, welcome. Delight to have you. When we got bundled out for 36 at Adelaide, did you think you'd be here when the Boxing Day Test match gets over, celebrating and speaking about one of the most remarkable comebacks in Indian cricket?
Well, to be honest, not that I'd be celebrating an Indian comeback, but I was pretty confident that this team will not collapse like that again, because such collapses happen once in a blue moon. It happened many, many years ago when I was part of the team. And then after that, that's almost 40 odd years later, you had another collapse like that. So no, it's just that I was perhaps not not too confident of an Indian win, but that the Indian team would roll over was never the thing that entered my mind, because I knew that this team has the capability of coming back in the game. They've got some fabulous bowlers. They've got some very, very good batsmen. And I was just thinking that, it can take a little time in Australia. But like everybody says, the team has shown great character in coming back, fighting back. And now this win, like everybody again has said, this is going to be one of the most famous wins in the history of Indian cricket.
In your book, Sunny Days, you write about the 1974 tour and the 42 all-out at Lord's, and how the Indian team completely collapsed throughout the entire series because of what happened in that one match. How do you compare what happened on your watch at Lord's with the manner in which the Indian team bounced back between Adelaide and Melbourne?
I think you simply cannot compare, because that 1974 team went on to lose all the test matches. This team has come back. So there is no comparison whatsoever. This team has done miles better than the 1974 team. And that's why, kudos to them for the way they have come back. Kudos to them for the way they did not throw in the towel. Look, when you get out for 36, then, a negative mindset can creep up. The bowlers, when we talk about, what's so important, I think the new ball bowlers, they making sure that Australia did not get off to a 70, 90 or 100 for no loss on day one is the main reason why this comeback was possible. Because if at that particular point of time, the Australians had got off to a start, the team would have started thinking, look, this is not our tour. When we played in Adelaide, everything we played was edged. Now the Australian batsmen are playing and missing, getting hit on the pads, but they still survived, and they've got to 80, 90 for no loss. So this does not look like our tour. That kind of a mindset can creep up. But because those early wickets were taken, that is the reason why the Indian team was then able to start thinking, no, we are still in the game. We did well for 2 days in Adelaide. We had a horrific 1 hour, but we can still do it, and they've shown us how to do it.
What did you make of Ajinkya Rahane's captaincy, stepping in for Virat Kohli when half the team had been changed, new players coming in, you're going deep into your bench strength? He was very calm on the outside, but very aggressive when it came to his tactics. What did you make of his captaincy in comparison with what Virat Kohli showed in the first test and before?
Well, more than what I think, you had to be around the Australian commentary boxes to understand the kind of admiration that was there for the way he led the team amongst some of the former Australian legends who are in the commentary box. So that for me was such a heartening thing to be able to see, that he was being praised for his leadership by all these guys. Somebody like Ricky Ponting, who has been one of Australia's most successful captains, the Adam Gilchrist, the Mike Husseys, the Shane Warnes, the Damien Flemings, they had nothing but praise for Ajinkya Rahane's captaincy.
There's been some chatter on social media about how India should look at getting an Ajinkya Rahane to possibly be captain in the long run. Let someone like a Virat Kohli express himself as a batsman, and let someone take over in the manner in which Sachin Tendulkar did, making way for Ganguly and later for Dhoni. Is that something that's crossed your mind as well, Mr. Gavaskar?
I don't. I simply am not bothered about what the public media says. So let them say what they have to.
What do you think of this? The idea of having someone else apart from a Virat Kohli captaining India in the longest format?
My thoughts are very simple. Is that Ajinkya Rahane is a stand-in captain. And as a stand-in captain or as a stand-in opening batsman or a stand-in a new ball bowler or an off-spinner, because one of your guys is maybe injured or not available to play, the main guy, so you try and do your best at that particular point of time. And when the main guy is back again, ready, fit, you make way for that main guy to come.
What does this victory, according to you, signal for the next two test matches? Of course, this would give the Indian team a lot of confidence going into the third test match, no matter where it ultimately happens. But do you think it puts a lot of pressure on the Aussies now? So from the pressure being on us in Adelaide, now the entire pressure would be on the Australians?
Definitely, because you see, this is something that they're really not used to. Every time they've won the first test match, they have gone on to win the series. They've gone on to grind the opposition. This is what that didn't happen. I mean, if you had read some of the comments in the newspapers about some of the former Australian cricketers who were talking about a 4-0 win, that India will be blown over, etc., etc. Now you know what it is. It is not. This is not a team which is going to lie down and allow you to walk all over them. So yes, it augurs very well for the Indian team. The Australians have their own problems finding a good opening pair. They need to find somebody who can get in and get wickets when the fourth and the fifth bowler is required. So they have problems. They certainly do have problems. But even India has its own problems. They are also having to think about their opening batting position. They have also got to think in terms of that middle order, that 5-6 position. And the bowling, there is nothing to worry about. But India needs to also look at some of these problems.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.